Hey guys, welcome in. It's Wednesday, January 21st. I'm going to be doing just a collective read, and whatever comes out, comes out. I'm Kat here with Spiritual Guidance. If you're new here, welcome. If you like and resonate with my readings, please hit the like and subscribe button. I have been reading tarot, and I apologize, I'm out of breath. I just ran up and down my stairs twice. I decided to bring my dog up here so she won't bark during the message. She's in a mood today. But anyway, I had a channel years ago. It was doing really well. I ended up closing it down. I didn't really have a space that I felt like I could read in, so that's what I did. But anyway, enough chit chat. Okay, let's get started and see what you guys need to know. So, if you find this message today, I would say this message is good for 24 to 48 hours. Remember, not all parts of the read will resonate. Take what does resonate. Sometimes it's just even a little brief sentence within a read that really does resonate. And oftentimes I will watch a read twice because sometimes I'm not real focused the first time and there's something I might have missed. So that might be a message for somebody there. Don't be afraid to look at something twice. Don't be afraid to watch something twice. Think something over twice. Maybe there's something about that. So, all right, here we go. This is for all signs, love, life, work, career, whatever you want to talk about, Spirit. We're all ears. I'm going to get some cards out and then we're going to talk about them. And I just cleaned this table off, and why is it still dirty? That's going to drive me insane. Okay, you got the Judgment card, Nine of Cups, Hierophant. All right. All right, Spirit, talk to us. Talk to us. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Ooh, looks like some of you might have left something. Did you leave something for something better? I just heard grass is not always greener on the other side. Take that message for what you want. King of Swords. Ace of Cups, yeah. Ooh, looks like some of you might have left somebody or something behind. Whether this is a job, family, I'm not saying you left your family, but you might have been dealing with some kind of difficult family member. Maybe you just moved out of sharing a space with family. Yeah, it looks like you did move on to greener pastures, and I almost feel like the grass is greener on the other side, which normally is not a saying. So this could have been a really good choice that you decided to close a chapter to. So let's keep going before we start clarifying. But those are the messages I'm getting. Yeah. For some of you, this took a lot of strength and a lot of courage to do this. Okay. But you are looking mighty good, holding your ground. I don't know if you left a relationship, maybe you just got divorced. Six of Cups. For some of you, you could have went back to a past connection. I just heard the error of my ways. Did some of you go off with a rebound connection only to come back to the original connection? Remember, these are messages that come at tarot readers. This does not mean this is this entire read, but when I hear a message, I want to say it. It doesn't necessarily mean that is what the story is about. All right, I'm going to take 3 more cards, please. 3 more cards before we clarify. There's 2. Yeah, see, it looks like somebody opened themselves up to... Oh, it's like you second-guessed. I don't know. It's like you jumped before you thought about it. No, I got 2 more. Yeah, see, this is... Okay, here we go. Now, for some of you, I'm getting you recently left some kind of heartbreak, some kind of hardship, whether it was a family dynamic, you were married to someone, you were in a toxic relationship, a bad job, and you just said, F it, I'm gone. And it looks like you took a chance, and oddly, I want to say the grass was greener on the other side. So if it was like a career jump, it seems like it might have been a really good choice. But I imagine if it's a really good choice, you wouldn't be at a tarot reading looking for advice. Or you just want confirmation to know that you made the right choice. But for others, I feel like this decision was a long time coming. And then one day you said, F it, I'm going. And you jumped. And you had just enough strength to leave that connection. And I feel like you found, so I felt like somebody came into your life and this is what motivated you to leave. However, here's the what's the word I want to say? Here's the part about it. It's like the person came in, I almost feel like the person came in just to get you to move, but it really isn't your person. But whatever this dynamic was, you needed out of it. And so you needed a little shove. So that's another storyline I'm getting. And the signs I'm seeing here, Aries, Leo, a lot of fire, Taurus. But remember, it can be any sign. All right, let's start clarifying, because those are the messages that I'm getting with the cards out as is. All right, Spirit, let's break this down. Tell me about Judgment. Seven of Cups, options. All right, tell me about Judgment. Let's go. Here we go. Spirit guides, thank you, and please give us the messages we need to know. Sea Guardian. Whatever this decision was, I'm going to tell you right now, it was not easy for you. All right, tell me more about Judgment. Oh, and I did get a message, follow your heart. Somebody here had to follow their heart. And this was a very difficult decision. Like I said, I feel like this was when the time came to make the decision, I feel like it was quick, but I feel like the buildup was very gradual and very slow, is what I'm getting. Because I feel like you overthought this to death. Look, my sage is almost gone. I use it so much. All right, tell me about the Nine of Cups, please. Nine of Wands. Yeah, see, this was not an easy decision. You could see a lot of nines. But I feel like whatever you went through, this was definitely worth it. This was definitely worth it, because I feel like it gave you grounding. It gave you the freedom that you were seeking. I feel like I just feel like there's some kind of newfound freedom of some sort. Tell me about the Hierophant, please. Now, this is where I'm going to say there's a new connection coming in. Eight of Earth, Eight of Pentacles. And you had like a decision to make. For some of you, and I'm not a third party reader. So if you're here and you're dealing with third party, I typically don't read that. And I don't feel like this was a third party, but what I feel like, you were already separated or there was an ending, and then you met somebody a little bit sooner than you would have liked. There was no cheating. It wasn't like that at all. It was just something kind of overlapped. You know, and I'm kind of getting that that's the storyline here. It overlapped, but what I'm picking up is this necessarily isn't your person, but this is what got you moving in the right direction. And it's like I'm clarifying the Hierophant, which is right next to the Eight of Pentacles, and I pulled the Eight of Pentacles. A new job could have got you out of some kind of living situation too, and that's for someone. So talk about the Eight of Pentacles, please. Ooh, see the Tower. It was time to go. When it was time to go, it was time to go. And for some of you, you may be a very slow to make a decision type of person, but when you do it, like, you go and you know. All right, so let's talk about the Five of Pentacles here. Yeah, see, I feel like you took forever to make this decision, but this was like a great decision. It wasn't easy and you needed the strength to do it, but whatever this was, for some of you, I'm getting a message that you left someone for money, for love. Now, again, there was no cheating. There's no cheating. This was like the wrapping up of an ending or something like that. This wasn't sneaking around, any of that stuff. But I do feel like for some of you, it's like I'm choosing love this time around. So I don't know if some of you married for money. Maybe you felt obligated to marry someone for money. Maybe there was a situation. There's no judgment here. Or you thought this person was love and money and it was the best of both worlds, and the person just turned out to be just not a good person. And I apologize if you hear my dog in the background. She is snoring. All right, tell me about the Six of Swords, because whatever this is, you got the hell away from whatever this was, for sure. Yes, you left this energy. You got the hell away from the devil energy, 100%, and you were like, I'm out and I am seeking my own happiness. The strong Leo energy here. You could be a Leo. And again, the grass is greener on the other side. Normally it's not greener on the other side. It's the same. The grass is green where you water it, is what people say, right? But this looks like something very toxic that you got out of. And again, I feel like there was some kind of, I wanted to say dangling fruit, something that looked very appealing. And it was almost like, I want to say that almost like the universe put it in front of you to get you to move. So I don't know whether that was a job, something very appealing. Again, I'm not getting that the thing you left for is permanent, but it was part of the process, I guess, is maybe what I'm trying to say. Tell me about King of Swords. King of Swords clarified by the Four of Swords. I feel like for some of you left this and you like changed your number, you changed your address, and like you told no one. Like you got out and you just never looked back. And it's been very freeing. And it's like it brought in this newness. Tell me about the Ace of Cups, please. Yeah, you were just like, peace out. A lot of you manifested this. You manifested this beginning. I don't know if you said words of affirmation, prayers, you put them out into the universe, you meditate. It was like a wishful thinking. I'm getting like this happened for you, not to you. Like this is almost like part of your destiny, part of your path. Tell me about strength, please. Yeah, Lovers. And for some of you, this is just pure love for yourself, loving yourself enough to know what you deserve. And like you were like, I'm gone. Whether I have anybody or not, I'm gone. But for others, I feel like there is a person involved here. And when you got enough courage and strength, you just went. And for some, this is a strong connection because it's a Lover's card. Gemini energy here. You had Libra energy back here. Strong Leo energy I'm getting. But I feel like this is where we're going to start getting into this connection, if this is what you left for, so we can kind of see where that's going. Oh, 13 minutes already. All right, tell me about the Queen of Wands, which I feel this is you. All day, every day, looking fabulous. Loving yourself. Yep. Cancer energy. Hell yeah. Some of you are like living your life for the first time for yourselves. You might have been a person that just gave and gave and gave, and you know, you just don't have anything left to give. And you were like, you know what? The second half of my life, this is going to be about me. Tell me about, I feel like these are a pair, 2 of Wands and 6 of Cups. Tell me about that, please. Yes. Yes. 4 of Wands. You could be dealing with a twin flame, a soulmate, something like a very strong connection. But this person is a very familiar person. Like I said, you might have already known them. Maybe you had been friends with them. Maybe they had watched you go through a bad relationship. I just feel like this person was kind of always maybe in the mix of things, always kind of just there. And you may not have seen this person that way before. Maybe you know, because you were in a relationship with someone else and your eyes don't wander. But like when you know, this person like could see what was maybe going on in your life, whether it's a job, family, relationship, again, I don't know. But it's like they were the encouragement that you needed. And I feel like that, if that was a friendship, it made this person a lot more, like it made them more attractive to you in some ways. Tell me about the Fool. Yeah. there was no stopping you. Once this decision was made, you were like, I don't, like I said, F it, I don't care, I'm going. It can't be any worse than what I'm dealing with now. So you just went. You just went. And I think that's great. Tell me about the Three of Swords and the Five of Wands, because there was a lot of conflict you were dealing with. Holy smokes. Yeah, and I think for some of you, there was something that, like I said, that came in and you just went. So whoever's story this is, you just went. And let's talk about the Ace of Wands, because I'm going to talk about a little bit about the future here too. Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is a new, definitely some kind of new connection, new job, new living arrangement, something new. But I feel like it's love. If it's not love, maybe this is where you exit, you know, and I'm going to focus on this new connection so we can talk about it a little bit. But it looks like that's what some of you were dealing with. So I'm just going to set that aside, and we're going to talk about this new connection here. I don't want this to be too long because it's hard to upload if they are. Tell me about this new connection, Spirit. Tell me what I need to know. Ace of, yeah, this is looking very, very good. This has a lot of stability. So I might have been wrong when I said that it was the dangling carrot or the dangling fruit. I feel like it was somebody that you probably already knew. And if you didn't know him from this lifetime, I feel like you knew him from the past. This is like security. This is steady ground. This is really what you deserve. The Hermit could be dealing with a Virgo and Queen of Pentacles. Nurturing, comforting, sensible, luxurious, wisdom, independence. Yeah, I feel like this connection, this is really, where's this headed, Spirit? Where's this connection? Yeah, Ace of Cups. This is definitely new. Definitely new. New feelings, emotional awakening, and love overflow. Yes. So for some of you, this is a brand new connection, and this looks very promising. So I'm not going to dwell on this, but we're going to just pull a couple Dorian Virtue, and then we're going to call it a day. Because there's not a whole lot else to say. Worth waiting for. Yes, this could be the one. Need I say more? Need I say more? Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Let's just do one more for shits and giggles. All right, here we go. What else? Oh, true love. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. And let your friends help you. This could have been a friend, like I said. So there's your read for today, Wednesday. I hope it resonates. If it doesn't, next time maybe it might be your read, or go back and listen to it again. There might be a part in there that you missed that might just be for you. Okay, take care, subscribe, and like if I resonate with you. Thanks.